Welcome to the Hog Pen at Oneburg Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as the River Hogs look to continue their winning ways after a huge win last week against division opponents, the Baltimore Vultures. Their opponents tonight are on a two-game losing slide after starting off the season 2-0 in the Denver Nightwings. Alongside me this evening to unpack what should be an entertaining contest here at the Hog Pen, it's my co-commentator, John Warren. John, what's going on this evening? I understand things aren't too well down your way in Dallas, Texas, but otherwise, what are your keys to the victory today?
Listen, this is a good 2 hours for me to not think about Luka Doncic playing in the Lakers uniform, but more about these two teams having really strong opponents to start the season. They don't have the best records, but they have impressed on both sides of the ball at times. For Pittsburgh, it's about Ace Finnick protecting the ball and getting the ball out to Twin Screw and Ronick, their talented receivers. For the Nightwings, defense rules the day. Chuck Diesel's having a crazy good season so far. I'm expecting a fun one.
Nightwings defense leads the league in takeaways this season, but they will start with the football in their own hands. This will be returned from just inside of the end zone, up past the 20, not quite to the 25, as Logan Keel designated with return duties, and we'll talk through the Denver offense for head coach Michael Goodwin. Charles Banton is the quarterback, Dwayne Salmons and Bailey O'Shaughnessy is that two-headed backfield with Ari Mills, the fullback, the receivers, Jay Viper, Logan Keel, Jeremy Mosley, and Dylan Lewis. The lone tight end is Marquis Sango, Jim Benazzi, and Igor Barbatov, the brothers, are the tackles, and Marcelo Martin is the lone guard at the left guard spot. Split backfield, pro receivers on either side of Blanton. Salmons is the lead back despite the presence of Bailey O'Shaughnessy, with a look to get those two pretty even carries early on, but the opening drop back from Trellis Blanton is going to result in a sack by Dimitri Monzuma.
Dimitri Monzuma just comes around untouched here. No one gets a hand on him, and he's just able to get around and hit Trellis Blanton from the backside. He's looking to hold on to that.
Monzuma, a former Canton Classic in his second season here in the Hog Pen. Again, pressure shown on the edge. Monzuma could get in for a second one here if they're not careful. Blanton will roll out, had to abandon it and almost threw an interception. There were about 4 Pittsburgh defenders in the area there, and Kane Vasquez couldn't come up with the pick.
Yeah, that was a really dangerous pass early on from Blanton here. Not sure what he was looking at, but that was a lot of coverage in one area.
Vasquez, a 15-season veteran, he too in his second season with this ball club, but Denver already in a third down and long. Blanton's going to throw, he's got it, first down, not quite. They're going to call it short, surely that gets challenged, John.
Oh, absolutely, that's got challenge written all over it. He was definitely past the line. Not sure what the ref saw there, but let's talk about the catch. He knew he was going to take a big hit from Corey Minner. Minner, one of the biggest hitters in the league, held on to the ball. Are they not going to challenge this? There's no way. Okay, there we go.
Michael Goodman had to think about that one for a little bit, but said to Jordan Bradshaw, hold it, we're going to have a look at this, and we'll take an early retroactive look at the play, brought to you by Retroid. Get your SFL console to play the game on the go at GoRetroid.com.
Yeah, caught it well past the line. Maybe they thought he had not brought the ball kind of forward. Maybe they saw it from the back and didn't see that he kind of turned. But either way, I think this is going to get overturned, and this is going to be a crucial first down on that 3rd and 14 conversion.
And you saw that side angle pretty much confirmed what we saw in real time. He got that ball over the line, so a huge conversion from Trellis Blanton to find Logan Keel for the first time today and get the 14.5 yards required to pick up the first down. But Pittsburgh's defense started hot on that drive, a sack and a near interception. Turn pass deflection from Kane Vasquez. They'll go back into a pro set, offset eye. Again, pressure shown off the edge. It gets there, and the second effort is going to dump the back in the backfield. Monzuma again, second tackle for loss on the drive.
Yeah, Monzuma just living in the backfield there for Pittsburgh. You can see there he had 104 tackles last season, and he's definitely en route to something up that high.
Blanton will drop back again, throws it this time, and it's incomplete. again went for a pair of Pittsburgh hands, but Todd Gribski couldn't hold on to it.
Noticing a pattern here. Monzuma makes a big play for loss. Then Blanton throws into coverage on second down. Then they convert on 3rd and 12. Let's see if Pittsburgh can hold them this time.
It's been a good start for this Riverhawks defense. They won't want to give up another 3rd down and long, though. Will they send pressure again? That's what's been working thus far. Blanton will roll out. There is a 5th defender in there, but at this time, got it away, but it was a little too heavy there for Dylan Lewis to try and get his hands on it, and this time Jordan Bradshaw will punt it away.
Yeah, I couldn't tell in real time if that was too high or if it just went through Dylan Lewis's hands, but it looked good there. It was actually pretty good placement in terms of finding the right receiver. Just wasn't an accurate ball.
Pittsburgh defense gets the stop that time, and Bradshaw will try and get some distance on this. He has done so. This will be fielded 25 away from the Pittsburgh goal line, returned up to the 30, and that'll bring out the offense for this Riverhogs unit. Second game in charge for interim head coach Brian Craven in his first season as a player, a step up in the absence of Gino McFly, and this is his offense. Ace Fennick, Mike Churchill, and BB Bullets make up the backfield. Keith Wheeler, the fullback, the receivers, Devin Lloyd, Ziggy Horonic, Ben Harrison, and Mike Twin Screws, Levy Lease, and Tyler Gregory, the 2 tight ends, Landon Stone, Taylor Mena, Rachel Mena, Bruce White, and Saint Nebuchadnezzar make up the offensive line. Throw set. Motioned out of Twins. Got a second receiver down the bottom. Handoff right-hand side for Churchill. He will not get a yard there, so we haven't seen a carry go for positive yardage yet so far in the game.
Yeah, both teams really stacking the box, making sure that no one gets into a rhythm in the run game, because it can certainly open up the passing game, and there are some explosive receivers on both sides of the ball today.
Odin Gardner, the one-time All-Star, with an early tackle for loss. Monzuma had 2 on the last drive because of the pressure he was sending into the Denver backfield. Fennick's going to roll around to the pocket. What a throw! Finds Twin Screw a yard shy halfway.
And Lucas DeVore wrapping up at the end of this, that saved a touchdown because Twin Screw absolutely had daylight in front of him. That would have been 6 for sure. But shoestring tackle to prevent that from happening. But what a catch and what a throw from Twin Screw.
Well, if he gets 1 foot down, it's every chance that he breaks that off, and we're looking at an early 6-point lead for Pittsburgh. But irrespective, this offense is on the move here. Spread receivers. Fullback Wheeler is going to be motioned out to the side here. He could be an extra receiver downfield. He will be. Fennick will throw. That's short of the intended target there, and ultimately fill up the ankles of Ted Haynes.
I was a little bit behind Ziggy Ronick, talented receiver, second leading receiver on this team in terms of catches and yards, but he didn't have a third hand growing out of his back, so he probably wasn't able to pull that in.
He one of a few players that joined from the Louisiana Revolution this offseason following Coach Craven over. Mike Twin Screw, Levy Lease, and Tyler Gregory, all part of that Revolution call from last season. That throw is incomplete. Another one-on-one matchup with Twin Screw, but that time he couldn't come up with it, and it'll be a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, it was good defense to hit Twin Screw right at the point of the ball reaching the receiver. Fell out of his hand. That would have been a spectacular catch, even from Mike Twin Screw.
3rd down and long, and we'll want to get this going after that early completion. Roll out from Fennick. Doesn't have any pressure. Oh, great tip over the middle. Couldn't quite get it through the linebacking core of the Denver Nightwings, and they get that stop that they needed. Chuck Diesel with that deflection.
Yeah, that's Chuck Diesel. He is really the engine, pun very much intended, of this defense. Really sets the tone. He and both John Martin at the linebacking position, just super dominant so far this season.
He, along with Tank Bennett, also former Louisiana Revolution player, so they'll be very familiar with some of the individual players on this Pittsburgh offense today, as Dylan Lillis gets a few yards on that return, and we'll introduce the Pittsburgh defense that got that early stop. Maz Booker, Brian Craven, Butch Mena, and Bubba Bruiser make up the defensive line. Tommy Wellbrook-Busey and Dimitri Monzuma make up the linebackers. Tom Krieg, Todd Grisby, Corey Mena, and Kane Vasquez make up the secondary. Only 4 of those are a bit shallow depth-wise in the defensive backfield. Could that be an area of exploitation today for the Denver Nightwings? Drop back from Blanton again, throw to the backfield. That's going to pick up 7, so that's positive yardage for the first time today as Bailey O'Shaughnessy gets his opening touch.
I like that play call because they really haven't gotten anything going in the interior in the run game. That kind of swing pass is really just an extension of the run game, getting Bailey O'Shaughnessy involved early on.
This time it's Salmons in the backfield in the goal line. He will get the run straight up the A-gap, but he couldn't get anywhere, and there's an injury on the field for Pittsburgh. Maz Booker has come up second best on that play.
Yeah, you could see it right after the tackle. He was in a lot of pain there on the ground. Hopefully we'll get an update from the production truck a little bit later on, and hopefully he can get back into the game.
Booker, a second-round pick in the previous draft. And Denver will try and convert here on a 3rd down and short. Offset eye. Toss play to the outside. There's a backup tailback in, and he's not going to get the first down. Pittsburgh shut it down. Monzuma again. What a start for Dimitri.
Monzuma's just everywhere, and he's really liking these run plays, able to get his arms wrapped around all of these players and bring them down really at the point of attack, not getting any extra on these tackles.
Jordan Bradshaw's second punt of the day will sail away. This time Pittsburgh are going to get better starting field position. Harrison breaks the first tackle and the second. Ben Harrison up over halfway. Can't get past the third, but they're going to start inside Denver territory.
Ben Harrison had a huge, massive catch in previous game. Very explosive player. Has that first step speed. You could see it on that punt return. Really nice field position. They're going to start around the 45-yard line of the Nightwings.
Almost broke that free for a touchdown.
Yeah, he did.
It was a bit touch and go for Denver's special teams unit, and as a result, this is very comfortable starting field position here for the Hogs. Spread receivers. Fennec will drop back. Throws. He's got wide open man. Twinscrew inside the 20. They're going to do well to catch him from here. And Mike Twinscrew has a 46-yard touchdown.
Well, they had already put Mike Twinscrew in a couple of routes that had him racing past his defender in a couple of zone looks. And this time, he just got past everyone. Great timing on that throw. And by the time they even found Twinscrew out there, he was already leaving him in the dust. So, huge play. Ace Fennec getting into a rhythm here. Good start for the Riverhawks.
It's about as good of a start as it can get, really. The first drive stifled, but that one only took a play, and they went all the way. Mike Twinscrew left wide open, and Ace Fennec connects with him again. It's been a good start for that connection this season. And it looks to be continuing very strongly as the #1 target on this offense. Gets another touchdown on the ball for this season, and Denver forced backward early. They'll need to get something going on offense. This Pittsburgh defense has struggled at large this season. Part of it being because of the lack of depth across their roster. And Denver have got plenty of weapons on this offense, including Logan Keel, who returns that up past the 35.
Wow, so 2 great returns in a row. The last one for Pittsburgh really set up an easy touchdown for them. We'll see what this good field position does for this Denver offense, who needs a little bit of a spark here. They haven't really gotten anything going aside from that 1 first down on 3rd and long in that first drive.
Mike Twinscrew scored as many touchdowns as he's played games so far this season.
That's not a bad start.
That's what I was trying to get the stat up, but I couldn't quite see it. And now I've got it. It's his 4th on the season. So Denver, 2 tight ends on the field here. They're going to motion one of them out into a slot position. Handoff straight up the middle, trying to get this ground game going, and ran straight into the wall of Dimitri Monzuma. There was Dwayne Salmons.
Yeah, that was a big hit, laying the lumber, knocking it back. I like that earlier swing pass idea. I think it's a good idea to get the short pass game going, because this running isn't working yet.
Drop back from Blanton again throws to the backfield. This worked last time. O'Shaughnessy gets a chunk of yardage there, and that'll make third down a little more manageable.
Yeah, definitely manageable. It opens up the playbook for Blanton. He's got a few options here, but I would not run up the middle. It has not worked very well, but we'll see what they decide to do.
And ran the swing route out of this formation heat today. They're going to go up the middle. Blanton handed it off to Salmons, who breaks free and gets the first down. Best carry of the day for the former Rev.
It shows what I know. Salmons really hit the hole there and decided to step right, just right there. That was a really good move. Instead of trying to bounce back inside where there was so much congestion, he was able to get outside, and Corey Minner able to chase him down after the first down.
Salmons was a late acquisition in the offseason, but this backfield has been productive so far this season. Both backs averaging around 4 yards per carry. Handoff up the middle this time. O'Shaughnessy gets some room on the edge and picks up 8.
Yeah, that was just a perfect play call. You were able to get actually in front of the blitzing players on the Pittsburgh side. Gave Baylor O'Shaughnessy about a 2-yard head start on his way to 8.
His first 2 attempts netted 0. That one netted 8. Now a handoff to the left-hand side, and Salmons is shut down shy of the first down marker. Again, Montuma is having a game so far.
Yeah, he's got 4 tackles on the day, one including 1 sack, 2 tackles for a loss. It's a huge start for him.
Has to step up again in the absence of Maz Booker and another defender less on this defense. Great tackle in the backfield. Montuma's got him again.
Wow. This is about as good of a first quarter as I've seen an individual defender have. Just everywhere on these plays. He's so good at reading the offense, and he's so good at making these tackles against runners that are not easy to bring down.
Corey Minner and Eddie Gage on stats today. I think Eddie's already taken notes on who might be on the ballot for the Street to Talking Player of the Week, for, at least for the defensive perspective. Brian Craven already has 3 tackles on the afternoon, and Montuma has 5.5, including a sack, and that's his 3rd for a loss. And Pittsburgh now take over on offense once more after that one-play scoring drive on the previous possession. Unlikely they'll do that again here. They've got slightly less comfortable starting field position, but they look pretty comfortable here at home against this Denver defense that has been strong so far this season. Handoff up the middle. It's the second run of the day for this offense, and only nets a yard there as John Martin, the superstar outside linebacker, there with an early tackle.
Well, like I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, both these teams have had a really strong opposing strength of schedule. So it's not like they've been losing against cupcake teams. I mean, these are tough opponents they've been losing to.
Totally. Backfield. Churchill had to get away, and he's done well there to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think that was a little generous there, but he could have lost 4 on that play as Tank Bennett blows that one up, and Pittsburgh faced an early 3rd down and long.
Yeah, they gave him some forward progress there. I'm not sure he earned, but regardless, that was still a wonderful defensive play.
I'll have to go into a 4 wide set and try and pass their way out of this situation. Remember, this Denver defense leads the league in takeaways with 9. That tipped over the middle and almost turned over there, and again involved for the 2nd time today. We've already highlighted that he stopped for the last drive that didn't result in a score. It's another tip there on that play. It was Chuck Diesel, and Pittsburgh will have to punt this one straight back.
Diesel had 1 official pass defense coming into this game. He has 2 crucial instances today.
Punted straight back, and Denver are going to have some nice starting field position here. Keel on the return. In fact, it's a new returner, Jeremy Mosley, on that one. He returns it up to the 45. Couldn't quite get the separation that Ben Harrison did on the previous Pittsburgh punt return, but still 5 yards shy of halfway. Denver, for this possession, you feel they've got to get something going here on this possession. So Blanton, 2 receivers down the bottom in a gun. Interesting formation choice here. Again, Montuma bringing pressure. Got rid of it quickly and found a man in between the numbers there. Good throw from Blanton, finds Marquis Sango for the first time today.
Yeah, Sango is just a really nice security blanket like tight end for Blanton. He's got those 2 touchdowns so far this season, and close to a first down on that catch.
Have you seen here? They'll toss it to the other side.
Ooh.
And O'Shaughnessy has broken the first tackle. Can he keep going? He does. And gets this one up past the 40.
I think that was the first broken tackle against Monzuma this game so far. And this time, Bailey O'Shaughnessy got the better exchange and was able to get the first down.
These two Denver backs are basically even in terms of carries this season. And now the change of pace goes Salmons. He will only get a yard there as Corey Mena shuts that one down.
Yeah, you mentioned it. This defense has struggled a bit because of a lack of depth, but there are some individual contributors like Minner, like Wellbrook Boos, just really, really good players.
That throw again, Sango involved. He gets about 8.5 there and makes third down a little more manageable. I mean, the important thing for this defense is they've got players who can rotate around the defense. Brian Craven has had seasons at linebacker. He can move there. Montzuma's playing off the edge a little bit here today, but Corey Mena can play anywhere across the secondary end as a linebacker. So there's heaps of flexibility in this defense. Third down carry, gets the first down there. Only needed half a yard. He got it. And Dwayne Salmons keeps this drive going.
Yeah, fresh set of downs here deep into Pittsburgh territory. They got to bring it home. This is to me not field goal territory. Set the tone, get on the board with the touchdown.
Twins to the top, throws through a pair of Pittsburgh defenders' hands and finds an open receiver in behind in Dylan Lewis, and now they've got Jeremy Mosley, in fact, and now Denver are firmly on the move.
Yeah, Jeremy Mosley, their biggest individual receiving target in terms of receivers, at 250-pound frame, really tough in the middle, and he needed every bit of that toughness as he was met right at the point of attack, but still managed to get that first down. Really impressive play.
End of one. Denver find themselves in scoring in the red zone, looking to get an opening score. When you're looking for the most up-to-date information on news and happenings in the Berg, go to One Berg, Pittsburgh's largest social media network. Tune in One Berg Facebook and YouTube pages and check out the new series, The Incline Show. Proud sponsor of this Pittsburgh unit. Denver on the attack though, handoff on the outside. O'Shaughnessy breaks a tackle. Can he get all the way? Monzuma's the only one back there. And Bailey O'Shaughnessy takes it the 15 yards required. And Denver are on the board.
Nightwings are starting to understand the assignment here, starting to find the cracks in this Pittsburgh defense. And O'Shaughnessy also just incredible individual effort there, breaking that one tackle, outrunning Monzuma, who's having an incredible game. Nightwings get on the board, and this is the kind of drive that they needed to answer the Riverhawks.
Do you feel like he could have gotten there, John? It looked like Monzuma had the angle and then just dropped off at the last second. I mean, either way, they were going to be spotted inside the 2. But it's irrespective, a touchdown for Denver, and we're locked up at 7 apiece.
Yeah, it looked like maybe he thought there was actually a little bit more daylight. Let me widen the angle so I can push him out of bounds, but maybe he just misjudged it. But you're right, it did look odd. But regardless, it was an impressive touchdown by O'Shaughnessy.
Which is the third of the campaign. Salmon still doesn't have one on the season. Harrison again looking dangerous on those returns. Gets it up past the 30 to the 33. And that's where Pittsburgh will take over again. They, again, have that one score on the board through Mike Twinscrew, but their other drives have been relatively uneventful.
Yeah, Phoenix only completed a third of his passes, and, one was that really long pass to 46-yarder to Mike Twinscrew. In fact, both of his completions have been to Mike Twinscrew. He's only targeted Harrison and Hronik once, and both of those were off the target. So he's got to get some of these other receivers involved.
Fennec with 3 receivers and hands it off to Bullets, who lowers the shoulder, gets 4. That's the first time we've said he's got positive yardage today.
Yeah, Blitz is one of the better runners in the league. He is top 10 in rushing entering this week, and also just a touchdown machine. once you get into the red zone. So if they get in that area, he is a really, really formidable opponent.
He really broke out in the SFL with the Riverhogs last season. Throw from Fennec finds an open receiver, and Levy Lease has the first non-Twin Screw reception of the game.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. They need to look at some other receivers, get them involved, get them in a rhythm. Ronick especially is a high-volume receiver for this team, and he's only got that one target. But nice catch by Levy Lease to move the chains.
Blitz in the backfield again on the first down. Free wipe as a tight end. Drop back from Fennec. Looks downfield again through hands. Had the one-on-one matchup there. He really is looking for Twin Screw today, but couldn't find him on that occasion.
That was really good defense by Luke Schreiner too. Just got his hand in there at the last second. He's really been one of those standout corners for this Nightwings team. I think he's going to have a big season.
Did well to retain him. He's certainly a talent at that outside slot position. Drop back, throw short. It's caught, and that will pick up about 9 there. A bit of a generous spot on that occasion. Finds Ziggy Hronik for the first time today. So they've now found both of those 2 marquee receivers that they picked up in the offseason from Louisiana. And with a yard to go, this is where BB Bullets really sort of makes his money here in these situations. Denver going to have to send some pressure. Handoff to the right-hand side. Bullets gets through. Great block from Twin Screw there on the edge. So he's involved in everything at the moment. And Bullets has got the first down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That actually did not look like it was going to develop well for Pittsburgh, but Twin Screw able to get his body in there, just get enough of a hole open for Bullets to run through and hurdle through and get the first down.
Twins to the top of screen. That's going to make a motion across. They've got 2 backs in the backfield. Keith Wheeler's had a good start to this game with that fullback spot. This, the first carry for Churchill, will not get anything that time. Shut down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Jimmy Burgett there for the tackle. They just stacked the box there. They just had that one scouted, and it just didn't go anywhere.
Talk about Mars Booker on the other side of the ball. Burgett was taken 3 picks later at 30 overall in the last draft. Former Philadelphia Cougar. That throw on the outside is incomplete. That looked risky because Parker Thomas was all over that one.
Yeah, that looked odd from the get-go. Release, where it was placed, the actual interaction between receiver and corner, just an odd-looking play. Lucky for A. Spinnick that it was not intercepted.
Into a gun now. Pittsburgh want to try and keep this drive going. Fennec, big drop back. He's going back to halfway. Throws across, that's picked. And the Denver defense has their 10th interception of the season. It's dropped. And Pittsburgh have picked the ball up again.
I think it was actually recovered by the Nightwings. Ted Haynes
they might have got it.
Picked it up. I think they were actually able to fall on it. So I think this is going to stand.
Oh,
yeah, it went right
good.
into his hands. Ted Haynes, Johnny on the spot. That was a huge drop back a mile and threw it just across traffic. It was a risky throw, and it came back to bite him. So that's I believe his 8th interception on the season. That's his one problem so far this season.
The ball go down as a Luke Schreiner interception, and the handoff up the middle goes for 6 there as O'Shaughnessy gets to pick up. How often do you see a defense get it a pick and then fumble the football and nearly lose it back in the other direction?
There's a reason they're not skilled players. They're not ball carriers. I think he saw maybe a touchdown ahead of him and got loose at the ball.
Luke Schreiner's not getting any running back reps anytime soon, I can't imagine. Hand up for the middle to a running back. That's not going to get anything. Monzuma again. It continues to have this impressive performance. He's everywhere at the moment.
Yeah, I actually don't like the way this drive has been called so far. You get the big turnover, the momentum swing. I would say take a shot here, but they've just got to move the sticks.
And we'll run it here, getting it up the middle. That's not going to get it done.
Wow.
As Dwayne Salmons is shut down a yard shy of the sticks there by Butch Manor. And Denver will punt this straight back.
Yeah, wasted opportunity. I thought that was a big momentum swing, but some conservative play calling kind of doomed that drive.
Bradshaw sends this back to the Hogs, so all in all, it's not really that much of a loss for Pittsburgh other than the field position, as Harrison will be spotted 25 yards shy of his own halfway line, and Pittsburgh will be able to get their offense back out there after the turnover. Fenech has been pretty secure this season, again, against the defense that has turned the ball over a lot, but he has had 7 interceptions on the season so far. That's in the lower 3rd percentile in the league, 23rd to be exact. Handoff up the middle. That's going to pick up a few there as Bibu Ballett's starting to settle into this game.
Yeah, he took a big shot there from Burgett again, but these little runs from Pittsburgh are going to add up and put Ace Fenech in a better position to open up the playbook and potentially make less risky plays.
Drop back again from Fenech. That one is incomplete as Levy Leach got nailed right at the point of contact where I couldn't quite hang on to it.
Yeah, that's a catch that you'd like to see your receiver make in that position, but you're right. He took a big shot, so it's not surprising he wasn't able to hold on to the ball.
3 wide here on 3rd down and long. Does he find twin screw or Hronek again? Fenech drops back, got great blocking up front, throws, it's incomplete. They nearly had another one there. Denver, it's in the end, it's incomplete, but another one that we feel should have been picked off.
And that was just the timing was off. Fenech held on to the ball too long. That route actually was a little bit open a couple seconds before. You could see that area between the zones, but threw it late, and they're having to punt it again.
Sends this one away. It's returned from the 25 up past the 30 goes Mosley, and he will get it to the 35. So both of these defenses have essentially cancelled each other out so far this quarter, ever since that Bailey O'Shaughnessy touchdown run. But Denver, they need to really expand the playbook a little bit here on this position. They've got good field position again, 65 yards to the house. The last drive was a little bit uninventive, and we know what this team is capable of, but the more that this ground game gets settled, the more you feel they will succeed here on the road against this Pittsburgh defense that's already shy of an individual in Mars Booker who is injured. Throw from Blanton, that's overthrown.
Yeah, Blanton doesn't have what I would call a mega explosive receiver like Mike Twinscrew on his team, but really good talent. I mean, Mosley, Keel, even Viper hasn't had that many catches, but when he does, they're big plays. This is really conservative play calling, and he's usually pretty careful with the ball, so I think open it up.
Blanton drops back again, throws outside. That's caught at the ankles. Boy, what a grab from Mosley.
Yeah, that was a great grab from Mosley. I like the placement, actually. He threw it a little bit behind and inside, kind of only where Mosley could really get it because the defender had gotten a couple steps in front of Mosley. But still, Mosley had to really swing around to catch that ball. That was a really nice catch.
Gets the momentum moving here. And they're now just a yard shy of halfway. Handoff up the middle, got some free space there. Motsuma went for a ride there as Bailey shot us. He dragged him for an extra 5 yards and almost got the first down.
Yeah, it was Mazuma, it was Craven, it was a couple players there that he dragged for many yards right before getting to the first down mark. He just short, but setting him up for a really nice 2nd and inches.
I feel like Ken opened the playbook up here, but it looks like they'll go to the ground again. A motion of tight end across, that's Sango. In fact, there's Jay Viper in that tight end spot. Interesting substitution there. It'll be a toss play to the outside. Salmon's got a block from Ari Mills, and he keeps going past the 30. And Denver now really have this ground game on the move.
Yeah, I like the play call. They've actually really been pretty successful at hitting the edges on these runs and short passes. So I'll be interested to see if Pittsburgh makes an adjustment. They've been so good in the middle, but they've been caught a couple times on these sweeps, on these swing passes. So Denver's starting to understand how to access this Pittsburgh defense.
Marcelo Martin, the one-time All-Star, got the downfield block there that gave them an extra 5 yards or so as the blitz sails over Pittsburgh. Where's Mike Daggs? Where you need him? As O'Shaughnessy gets the 3 yards there on that first down run. Offset eye this time, again a goal line set. Single receiver down the bottom, toss play. They've enjoyed this play so far. O'Shaughnessy again gets the leg drive going, and they're going to, I mean, he was 3 yards shy of the first down marker. They're going to call it a 3rd and 1. Oh my goodness, the referees have been all over the shop today.
I know, they've been short, they've been way too generous. It's bizarre, but you know what? It's exciting football, I guess. Big 3rd and 1 here.
Pittsburgh are going to send some pressure. They went away from a great play calling from the sideline as R.E. Mills gets the first down run.
Well, it was perfect. I mean, Blanton saw, I don't know if he changed that at the line or if it was just fortuitous, but he saw that defense opened up, actually went to protect the edge and just handed it right off to R.E. Mills. Easy first down.
Smart play calling again. They got room up the middle, and that one is going to get shut down. Good response from Pittsburgh's defense. It looks like they've got plenty of room to roll up the middle. It's those outside runs that they've done well to shut down. But Denver have adapted their play calling here on this drive as we approach the 2-minute warning. Joker's formation. This time Blanton will throw, gets to the flat, caught by Sammons, and he has gone down. Dwayne Sammons has not moved. No, it's one of the Pittsburgh defensive ends. One of our backups. The play that came in for Maz Booker has gone down.
Oof.
2 plays in the same spot.
You called it, partner, about the depth here. Obviously, Booker not back in the game, and his replacement, Kiesel, also down. So they are short a couple of key players, and in a crucial 3rd down.
Brian Craven's going to put the water boy at right end or something of that kill. He's run out of players. Drop back from Blanton. Can he throw? It's incomplete. Got hit as he threw there. Pittsburgh's defense gets the hold.
Well, that was a huge play by Bubba Bruiser, who was able to put the pressure on Trellis Blanton and did actually hit him upon release, which really affected the ball. Falls short, and now they're going to bring Jordan Bradshaw out for the field goal attempt.
Bradshaw, veteran kicker, he's perfect on the season. 12 for 12, make that 13 for 13 as he continues to lead the league in field goal makes.
He's pretty automatic. As long as 50 this year, he can routinely hit those, and that was a chip shot, so I fully expected that to go through, and it did.
And Pittsburgh find themselves, they'll get into their 2-minute offense here to end the half, and interested to see what they draw up here on this possession, where they go away from the ground game here. Returned up past the 30. Harrison again has done well to get them good starting field position, and they'll start past the 30 at the 32. And we'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. So they've essentially got 4 timeouts in their pocket, and we'll see if they go away from the ground game, try and get some of these receivers some targets downfield. It's been a rough afternoon for them so far. We know what this Denver defense is capable of in the secondary. Blitz is in the backfield. He's got a fullback on the side there and Wheeler. 3 receivers though. They're going to motion twin screw across. Parker Thomas didn't follow him, so watch that matchup on the left-hand side. Drop back from Fennec. Short drop back. Caught, but dropped in the backfield there. Not the play they wanted to draw up there as Blitz loses 2. Pittsburgh with possession out of the 2-minute warning. Denver looking to get a hold and keep the lead into halftime. 2 receivers on either side of Fennec. One of these tight ends will be moved across. That's Lease. The only target to get a reception outside of Hronik and twin screw. Rollout from Fennec. He has time. Throw. It's caught by Harrison. First time today. Picks up 15 in a first.
Well, they're not using their timeouts yet, but even though they've got all 3, this is a really good route run by Harrison. Just up the middle. Good timing on the throw. way to hold on to the ball too, because that was also a big hit by Lucas DeVore.
Another catch there where it felt like there was a very distinct lack of protection at the back for Denver's defense. There was only one safety
Yeah,
left back there. And we've
yeah,
seen Ben
risky.
Harrison break some tackles on that return unit. Could have been anything there on that play again. They got to be careful. Hand off up the middle. Bullets with a full head of steam. Going to get about 7 on that carry, and Pittsburgh will burn their first time out.
Yeah, that seemed to be the plan. Get into Denver territory, then start burning timeouts. Let's see if we can actually cross the midfield mark. Now we kind of open up the playbook. We have 2 more timeouts, more than a minute left. This is good stuff from Pittsburgh on this drive.
Again, Denver playing plenty of individuals in the box. They're going to send a middle linebacker up the field, and Parker Thomas tipped that one away. That could have been anything there. He normally takes those away.
Yeah, credit this entire Night Wings defense, though. They've been incredibly disciplined about getting their hands up. When they see Ace Fennick release the ball, they get their hands up just in case it crosses their path, and they've had a bunch of bat downs today.
Pittsburgh now with a 3rd and short. Clock stops though. Twin screw again, they motion. Denver's still stuck in the zone here. Fennick will throw this time. It's taken away, and they tested them one too many times, and the league leaders have got an interception. Jimmy Burgett with his first career interception.
Burgett with his first pick. This team is just a takeover machine and a turnover machine, and Fennick again with a risky pass. He's had a few of those in this game, and 2 of them are bitten him. And that's a bummer of a drive to end in a turnover when they had some momentum and maybe could have tied it up or even taken the lead before the half.
Fennick's turnover woes continue. He now averages over 2 per game in that department, and this Denver defense continues to succeed in that category. Now the script has flipped. The Night Wings could extend their lead before the half is out. Blanton a throw, caught by Jay Viper for a 12-yard pickup, and that will force Denver into a timeout.
Shoes on the other foot now, just like you were saying. Now it's Denver on the other side of the field, and they don't have long until they're in the red zone here. So this is dangerous territory for Pittsburgh. They've got to really step up and make a stop here.
Twins to the top here. They're going to motion one of these receivers down. Again, Motzuma showing pressure on that right-hand side. It's Mosley down the bottom now. Drop back from Blanton. He did not have much time, and he overthrew his receiver. O'Shaughnessy could have torn that one downfield, but instead it was incomplete.
Yeah, Blanton wishes he could have that back. Yeah, he was under pressure, but that's a simple pitch and catch in the flat there that had looks like 10, 12 yards of daylight ahead of O'Shaughnessy. That would have been a nice conversion, but they get to stop the clock. It's 2nd and 10. No harm, no foul.
3 wide, a single tight end on the right-hand side. Drop back from Blanton again. Waited, he got hit from behind, and that's incomplete. Sango there, the intended target, but the pressure again from Pittsburgh gets there.
Yeah, Blanton just holding on to the ball too long. I mean, credit Pittsburgh's defense, obviously, for the coverage downfield that bought them the time to get to Blanton, but Blanton's got to get rid of that ball, throw it away, something.
4 wide here on 3rd down. Can Blanton find a receiver and keep this drive going? Handoff rollout to the right. He's got plenty of time. Hauls it. It's caught by Keel. They're inside the red zone.
Wow, that was a great play call. You fake the run. Maybe it throws them off guard. You think they're playing for the field goal, perhaps. Instead, finding the receiver in a brilliant route on the outside. Logan Keel, huge catch.
And now every chance of scoring 6 points before the half is out. Blanton a throw. That was in heavy traffic, and he found the receiver. How Pittsburgh didn't get coverage there, I don't know. But it's a 9-yard pickup, and they're now 11 away from scoring.
Let's just say it was a really accurate throw. I mean, I think that was the only place it could have been within a square inch that the receiver could have caught that. So all the credit goes to Blanton to hit that receiver.
Literally, all defenders were behind him. Blanton will throw. Got a kill. Touchdown. First of the season.
It was actually Sengo's third, and he's just kind of a red zone menace against other teams. Sengo has just been a really good target for Blanton this entire game, and just showing what a dangerous threat he is with his big body, his soft hands in the end zone. That's his third touchdown of the year.
You're right, and he has a pretty good record as well. He's had 9 receptions on the campaign, and 3 of them are touchdowns. So a third of his catches are touchdowns. Not a bad record for Marquise Sango. And Denver have extended this lead on the road. A really impressive scoring drive down the half. But that time, John, they didn't do that last time, but they capitalized on the turnover on that occasion. Yeah. And that's seemingly going to be the play that gets them some separation in this game. Pittsburgh's still got time to do something here before the half is out if they get aggressive. Harrison's got room, spins, got past 1. Not the second, though, but he looks like he's going to do something on every return he gets. And I'll start this one from the 30.
He really does. I mean, he's just such a dangerous weapon for this team. You'd love to see him get more involved in the receiving game, just get him in space and see what happens. But on the return game, he's setting them up with pretty good field position every single time. He's averaging around 30 yards a return, which is, close to the top of the league.
They've got some big units in this receiving core. I mean, Harrison 6'5", 245, Thronic 6'6", 240. I mean, they've essentially got 4 tight ends on the field.
Right.
In some cases. Twin Screw's going to be moved in motion. Does Fennec take a gamble here? They'll hand it up the middle to Churchill, and he will lower the shoulder, get 7. That's his best carry of the day. And Pittsburgh will call a timeout here, so they've got 1 left in the back pocket. Here, do they try and draw something up here, John, or do you take it into half and try and recalibrate?
I mean, listen, if it's me, I'm taking some shots. I'm taking some chances, but I suspect they're going to run the ball here and go. They get the ball in the second half, so maybe they figure, let's just kneel it and get to the locker room.
He will throw. It's caught by Wheeler in the flats, and Keith Wheeler's got room. Wheeler's inside the Denver territory. He's up past the 40. Where did that come from?
I love the call, though. I mean, take a chance, right? You expect maybe an interior run. Instead, they get Wheeler out to the far side. And not only did he make the good, he just absolutely fakes out Lucas DeVore. Maybe he thought he was going to run out of bounds, but instead lowered the shoulder, got an extra about 10 yards. And this has really set up Pittsburgh for an interesting last 23 seconds here.
They're on the precipice of field goal range, but they are every chance of scoring more than that here after that play. That's changed the script here. The last 2 minutes have been the most eventful time of the game. Really.
Yeah.
We've had about 4 different drives. Drop back, short throw is caught. That's only going to get him a yard. That'll burn the last time out. Boy, I felt that wasn't the play call in that situation.
I hated that call. In fact, it would have been better if he had just batted the ball down for an incompletion there. Stop the clock instead of having to burn that timeout. But still, they've got some options here. They can work the sideline. They can even work the middle and spike the ball if they get enough yards.
Worth noting that if they get this now, if they receive a pass the field play and don't score, they will unlikely get the field goal team out there. That's incomplete. They'll get another shot at it here with 15 seconds left. This should be the last play of the half.
15 seconds is not a lot of time to get your field goal unit out if you're not able to spike the ball and get a first down here. So, yeah, you're right. They may take a shot here toward the sideline, see what happens, but they've got 4 wide.
Fennec has got a cannon and an arm. Can he send this one to the end zone? Toss play on the outside. They just went, no, we're not interested.
Wow.
And boy, Pittsburgh, that is not the way to end the half.
Oof.
That hurts. It just hurts. Poor Keith Wheeler did all that, and they couldn't get points out of that last drive, and Pittsburgh find themselves down by 10 at half. John, plenty to unpack from that first half, but what are the key takeaways?
Yeah, I think we've really seen a flip here. The Riverhawks open the game a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more planning to attack the defense. We saw that early touchdown from Twin Screw. We've seen some great returns. And since really about the beginning of the second quarter, it's flipped a bit. Denver's gotten more aggressive. They've figured out this Pittsburgh defense a little bit more, and they have really controlled the game. Went on a 17-0 run to end the half, and they're in control. Those two mistakes from Pittsburgh, from Ace Finnick, have really been the tone setters here. Even though Twin Screw is having a phenomenal game, this Denver Nightwings offense has done more to get themselves in a position to win.
Plenty of football left in this one at the Hog Pen. Before we get back to the second half, let's take a quick halftime break presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Breaking into the world of sports memorabilia, collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community collectors on the Brakes GPT Facebook page. Lock in your shot, hitting a humongous headline on the site, brakesgpt.com. Return up the middle. That's it past the 30 and past to the 31. And first time that Harrison hasn't been tasked with that duty today. And Pittsburgh will look to try and correct that issue on that last drive. Poor Keith Wheeler tore one 30 yards downfield and they couldn't get scoring out of it. But the upside for Pittsburgh is they have got possession here. Fresh out of the halftime break, you feel like they probably refreshed the playbook a little bit in the break. Ace Finnick had 2 turnovers. I want to try and pick apart the secondary that has been outstanding this season and tonight. Handoff. Blitz got past one. Looked like he had room there, but they shut it down pretty quickly as Lucas DeVore continues to have a strong afternoon.
Yeah, I think getting Blitz more involved is the move. I think that's still important for the balance of this team to get Finnick into a position where he's not taking risky throws, but he's got to take care of the ball.
Finnick, short throw. Gee, he would have done well to have held on to that one. That could not have been more uncatchable from Ace Finnick, and as a result, it'll be a third down and long.
Yeah, not the tone setter you want to start the half with, but if they are able to convert on 3rd and 8, all is forgiven, and they can kind of forget about this inert start.
4 wide, single back is Blitz. And send Ronick in motion across to the top. Again, he and Twin Screw are the targets in these situations. Roll out from Finnick. Got a good block on the edge. He's got plenty of time. Twin Screw rips it over halfway. And that's your nice hands catch of the game. Brought to you by a Retroid. Put a Retroid Pocket 3 Plus in your hands. And play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23.
Are you kidding me? I mean, Tank Bennett unloads with his shoulder first against Twin Screw. Twin Screw with one arm able to pull it in and absorb the contact and hold on to the ball. My God, that was unbelievable.
It's one of the best you'll see all season. I have no idea how he ripped that into his hands. Another one that's caught by Hronic. Ace Finnick is starting to sling it here to start the half, and Pittsburgh find themselves inside Denver's 30.
Well, more than just slinging it, these receivers are deciding to show up and make some really spectacular grabs. Oh, that was a really nice release. Good jam at the line by Ted Haynes. He's a physical corner, but Ronick able to get around him and then pull that in. 2 one-handed catches in a row. Anything you could do, I could do better between Twin Screw and Ronick means dividends for the Riverhogs.
And now going to a pro set. Again, Finnick will roll out. Got a good block on the edge. Throws across his body. It's caught. Ow. My God, Ace Finnick is pulling some tricks out of his bag here early on. And now Levy Lease has the Riverhogs inside the 10.
Finnick had some Gatorade at halftime and came back out as Joe Montana, I guess, just absolutely slinging this into traffic. Doesn't matter. This positioning, this accuracy is not what we have seen so far in this game. It's a good start for Hayes Finnick in this half.
Where did this come from? He's completed 3 straight for 15 plus here on this possession after a rocky previous 6 attempts. He's on fire. Throw and caught. That's Tyler Gregory for the first time today, but he's only going to get a yard, if that, as that's shut down by Parker Thomas.
I mean, even though that was for no gain, maybe even a loss, I still think it's a positive in terms of Hayes Finnick still staying in a rhythm and getting more receivers involved.
Blitz in the backfield. Surely they give him a carry here on this play. He'll get it. He's got work to do. BB Blitz throws the shoulder, and he's got 7 on the campaign, and that might be the best of the bunch.
I mean, I thought this was dead at the line of scrimmage. We saw some room actually on the near side that Blitz actually had, but he cuts back inside. I thought this was doomed, but breaks a couple of tackles and then drags a defender into the end zone. What an opening drive for Pittsburgh. Where was this? Just like you said, where was this in the first half? But, you know, for Pittsburgh's sake, I'm glad they found it here in the second.
Well, you can't ask for much better of a start to the half than that from the Riverhogs. 7-play drive, spans 60 yards. And wow, what a way to finish it. BB Blitz broke about 15 tackles inside the 5 and got the touchdown score. And he continues to have a really impressive sophomore campaign here with this Riverhogs outfit. This is where he was drafted. He went back to Pittsburgh in the SFL, killed it, and now comes back as one of the league's leading rushers here this season. Return from Keel, broke a tackle. Keel got a block. Still going Logan Keel, up past halfway. Logan Keel's going to get 6 points. Denver straight away responding, and the Nightwings have contained that 10-point lead. It's back.
Oh, what a killer for this Pittsburgh team. They just had this incredible drive, and right away, Logan Keel with a massive 100-yard return for a touchdown. That is unreal. Just puts on the Jets here. No one can catch him. What a half. Wow, we had a pretty good first half, but this beginning of the second half, I need a drink of water and a rest. This was a real doozy of a opening 3 minutes.
That's your breakaway play of the game, brought to you by Breaks GPT, sports for breakers and collectors. You never know whose autographed helmet or jersey you might hit. Check them out at breaksgpt.com. So as quickly as they cut it down to 3, it's now back to 10, and Pittsburgh will get the ball right back again.
And, you know, for both sides of this ball, I mean, Denver's defense probably saying, hey, giving us some extra padding is great, but we needed a break. And that was a fast and furious drive, and now they've got to get right back out there.
That kickoff not returned, and the Riverhogs will chop their offense back out there. I mean, they were just sort of doing victory laps on the sideline after really sort of breaking free of the lull that they had in that first half. And then the head coach, Brian Craven, turned back to him and said, oh, go on, do it again. So they trot back out here again. 3 wide. You feel Fennec has really got the ball on a string here so far in the half. Levy Lease was moved across in motion. Drop back from Fennec. He has time. It's incomplete, though. That was tough to hang on to there for Mike Twinscrew as that falls harmlessly to the floor.
Yeah, that pressure might have kind of swayed the way that ball left his hand a little bit. It was not the most accurate ball. I'm not sure he would have gotten much on that play anyway.
Twins to the left-hand side this time. Fennec, handoff to Blitz, who beats the first and gets a good chunk of 5 yards on that play. Makes third down somewhat comfortable.
Yeah, Blitz starting to warm up a little bit. He's got 42 yards on the day. Starting to warm up. He does his best work in the red zone, but that doesn't mean that he can't do some damage out here.
Roll out from Fennec. Throws. It's hands and incomplete. Nearly popped up for the safety that was waiting at the back there. As Ronick was the intended target. That falls incomplete, and they'll punt it back to Logan Keel, you would imagine, who just rips one for nearly 100 yards. In fact, I think it was Mosley that's on punt return duties today. Either way, this Denver special teams unit is white hot. This will be fielded 35 yards away and returned up past the 40. So Denver have got good starting field position here through Mosley, and they can continue to build on this lead.
Well, we're right where we were at the beginning of the half. 10-point lead from Denver. We had 2 quick scores from both teams to get us here. And right now, Blanton can start this second half drive and set the tone for this offense.
Whichever way you look at it, it's been entertaining. Pressure off the edge, handoff on the draw, up the middle. Finds Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Let's check in with Cameron Over back at SFL HQ and find out what's going on in Nashville, Florida.
Thank you, Jacob. Ron Cochran missing his first ever Florida Storm game, but no problem. Art Vandelay is still there. Beats the man coverage, and the Florida Storm, business as usual today, 20-0 over Nashville. Back to you.
And off up the middle, that's going to get a couple there for doing Salmons. Brings up a 3rd and short. Wow, Florida, they just find a way. No quarterback, no problem. They continue to grind away at teams. They will just forever be a contender in this league, even if they trot out a bunch of generics. What a team. Meanwhile, Denver trying to continue here. Handoff, right-hand side. O'Shaughnessy is nailed at the line of scrimmage. Great hit from Kane Vasquez.
We have not called Kane Vasquez's name that many times here, but he has very quietly 5.5 tackles. None bigger than that chest burster on 3rd down to force a punt.
So Bradshaw will send it back to the Hogs here. 10 away from his own goal line is Harrison, and he will get it up past the 15. So plenty of field left in this drive upcoming for Pittsburgh, but you feel, do they go back to the pass? I mean, that's what got them down there last time, but again, the questions are raised because of the turnovers in the opening half, and BB Valets has been good today as well. So there's some question marks around what this Pittsburgh offense should or shouldn't be doing. Answers you suspect will be found in this drive. Hand off at the middle. Valets is nailed at the line of scrimmage. This time he loses a yard. There is John Martin. It's been a quiet afternoon, but gets his 2nd tackle for loss there on that play.
Yeah, I think my philosophy is different than Pittsburgh's here. I would really start first downs with taking more shots and getting into a rhythm, getting into maybe even a no huddle to put Denver on their heels, but a lot of conservative play calling on 1st down.
Drop back from Fennec. This time they will throw. It's to the outside, and he couldn't hang on to it. Wouldn't have been a big of a play anyway, but Twin Screw, it's been a tough afternoon. I mean, he had the big breakaway play earlier, but he's 3 for 10 otherwise. Fennec has had 28 pass attempts, and he's only completed 12. That's in line with his season average. He's completing under half his passes, and they'll have to get something here on this 3rd down and long. Otherwise, Denver are going to get this ball back with relatively positive field position. Harrison in motion. You feel he's due for a moment today. Drop back from Fennec. Hasn't got much time. In fact, he does. Great blocking up front. It's picked. 3rd time today. Denver have taken it away, and DeVore's got one.
3 different picks, 3 different players. Again, I don't hate the play call. In fact, I don't even hate the target. He just didn't get enough air under that ball. He had Twin Screw open past DeVore, but instead underthrew it. DeVore just playing center field there. That was an easy interception. And this 3rd interception from Fennec feels like it might have doomed them, but still plenty of time here.
Boy, it's worth noting that defensive coordinator for this Denver unit, Jimmy Hattis, is on a tear this season with the way that this unit has been playing. Split spread, they're inside Pittsburgh territory. Handoff up the middle to O'Shaughnessy's nailed. Dimitri Monzuma continues to put together. In fact, that was Craven that time on that tackle. But they've been exchanging those tackles inside that Pittsburgh box there. Every time they go to the outside, that's where one of those two is going to be meeting the running back. It's up the middle where Denver have had the success on the ground. Ace formation, 2 receivers on either side, 2 tight ends. as well. O'Shaughnessy up the middle. Vasquez was there to stop that one, but a better run. That's going to set them up with a 3rd and short.
Yeah, it was a nice little move from O'Shaughnessy to kind of juke out a couple of defenders, fake them into thinking they were going in one direction. Instead, it just kind of took off up the middle. O'Shaughnessy's had quietly a very nice game, about at his average per carry.
Joker's formation, drop back. No, it's incomplete. Thought he had that, but it's yard free there. Blanton unlucky in that situation. Pittsburgh's defense gets the hold.
You know, just a general note about Denver. I mean, you mentioned their defense is just on a tear, causing all these turnovers. If Blanton and these receivers can get into a rhythm this year, they're going to be a really, really formidable opponent for just about anyone in the league.
No doubt about it. This one sailed again. The blimp shown that that's going to bounce inside the red zone, fielded there. The returner might have lost that one in the shade, but it's another opportunity for Pittsburgh to get, I mean, their defense has held up so far this half. They've only conceded off of that kick return, despite Denver having 3 drives. So the opportunity is there. Now with a spread receivers. Wheeler motioned off to the right. Hand off up the middle to Bullets. He's dumped behind the line again. Denver's defense have responded well to this running once more.
Yeah, Denver is just kind of asserting their will on the line and in coverage. It's been a pretty dominant day for Denver's defense.
Roll it straight into the sack. Bye-bye, Ace Fennec. Jimmy Burgett's putting together a package today.
Well, we haven't called Monzuma's name on Pittsburgh's side in quite a while. Instead, Jimmy Burgett has really taken over in this linebacking core, untouched. I'm not sure if Fennec really ever saw it. He just went out on that bootleg and was met almost immediately. This is a 3rd and forever deep in their own territory.
Great play calling again from Hatsis on the sideline. They send his rookie into a blitz, and Fennec ran straight into it. And now with 3 wide on the right, can Fennec complete? He's under pressure once more. Rolls out the sack. Fennec's going to have to run. He should have held onto that one and tried to throw it, but he gets the rushing yardage instead. Gets 6 on the ground, and Pittsburgh will punt this one away again.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, it wasn't a bad idea for Fennec to tuck and run, but he was never going to get 17 with that carry, so should have held on to it and looked for someone downfield.
So I'll give Vita Lee out there. She leads the league in average punt yardage, but Mosley gets a return. There was a clip somewhere in there as well. That's going to affect the field position here. And that'll give Denver an extra 5 yards.
I mean, it's just 5 yards, but that's just kind of the mistake that can really just add insult to injury. And starting on Pittsburgh's 45, it's a good position for Night Wings to maybe put another score up and put some more distance between them.
2 receivers again. They like the Saints formation. They've ran a heap out of it today. Again, Craven showing pressure. Monzuma as well on the other side. Hand off to O'Shaughnessy. Ran straight at Vasquez. That's been the matchup so far in this half. That's going to pick up 3. And Pittsburgh, I mean, they continue to get stops here, but this Denver offense does not turn the ball over. They haven't been high scoring, but Blanton only has 3 interceptions, and their ground hasn't turned the ball over. There's no fumbles on the board for any of their backs this season. So they're a league leader in that category. Throw to the flats. That's caught, but he's only going to get a couple of yards while Zuma tracked that one down. And Salmons gets 2, and this will be a 3rd down and medium.
Yeah, it's really scoring. I mean, that's really been the thing with Denver is they protect the ball. Their defense is great, but they've still got to score, and that's been kind of their issue all season.
So with 3 wide again here, can Pittsburgh get another stop and try and propel their offense forward? A turnover would be huge here for the
Wow.
Vasquez right on cue, and he's going to go back the other way. Sound the alarm. Kane Vasquez inside the 20. Pittsburgh have got the breakaway score. They're back within 3.
Well, you are a prognosticator, partner. That's exactly what they needed. Kane Vasquez able to read this really well, just jumps the route, and it just immediately thinks touchdown, going up the sideline. That is a massive momentum swing, exactly what Pittsburgh needed. This home crowd just came alive.
Well, that's lightened up this Pittsburgh home crowd. It was at a bit of a lull, and the defense basically said, if your offense can't do it, we'll do it ourselves. And we're back to within 3. Huge moment in the game. And yes, John, I did put the commentator's curse on Denver's offense. 30 seconds ago, I highlighted, this team doesn't turn the ball over. Oh, Pittsburgh could do well for a turnover here, and look what happens. A pick 6 for Kane Vasquez. And I'm going to get flamed by Michael Goodman after this game, I'm sure. Denver will get the football back 10 yards away. And this time the special teams unit gets all over Keel, so he's not returning that one for 100 yards again. And Denver will try and recover from that turnover.
Yeah, they're going to try to recover from it. That was a miscommunication between Blanton and his receiver. Kane Vasquez was reading it the whole way. I think Blanton expected maybe a slightly different route. It just looked off the position, the timing of it. Kane Vasquez read it the whole way. I'm not going to say that Blanton was necessarily careless with that. He's usually more careful, but that was a huge turnover.
3 wide. They're going to sow pressure again. Hand off up the middle to O'Shaughnessy, who will pick up 5. And Denver just, you feel they have to continue with this ground game because they still got the lead. They don't need to panic. Don't need to go to the air unless you have to. And we know what this two-headed monster in the backfield is capable of. Salmon's now out there. Mills off to the left, single receiver up the top. Blanton, they go away from the pressure. Great block early, but an open field tackle from Rigsby has prevented a first down. That's a great tackle.
Yeah, that was a great tackle because it was set up by a really nice block there on the outside edge, but tackle was able to stop that in its tracks. And this is a big 3rd and 3 when we come back from the break.
3 down, 1 to go. This has been one of the games of the weekend here. So we've a quarter left. You'll see the team stats there. It's Denver who leads the rushing total. Pittsburgh leads the passing total. The total yards are almost identical. What a game. Here it's plenty of defense, plenty of offense. Handoff on the outside. O'Shaughnessy, first down. Crucial play there.
That was a really big conversion. O'Shaughnessy just able to get just enough to move the sticks to keep this clock running. They're not in run out the clock mode yet. There's still plenty of time left, but anything to keep things going is an advantage.
3 wide. Again, pressure shown from Pittsburgh. Running away from it. And he's going to pick up 5 yards there for Salmons. So they continue to grind away at this defense here. These 2 backs have been efficient today. O'Shaughnessy averages 4.5 per touch. He's got 77. Salmons with his 13 carries has 41. He's averaging over 3. Hand off to O'Shaughnessy. This time it's plugged up, but he's going to get 4 progress. I don't know how, but he's got 4.5 yards off that carry.
Just kept his legs churning. That was just 203 pounds of thigh dragging Dimitri Monzuma another 4 yards after first contact.
Gonna get the first down though. Can Pittsburgh get a hold here? Toss play to the outside. Salmons straight at Krieg. Got past a couple to win. Salmons! Bye-bye! Inside the 20. And then Denver are going to steal that 10-point lead right back.
Spectacular run. O'Shaughnessy had some impressive plays earlier. Now it's Dwayne Salmon's turn, turning this to the outside. Look at these 2 spin moves, a hurdle over a down defender, turns on the Jets. Wow, that is not what Pittsburgh wanted. They had been doing so well all game. And now it's back to a 10-point lead. What a huge break and an individual effort from Dwayne Salmons.
50-yard touchdown run. It's his first as a Denver Nightwing. He was a long-time key part of that Louisiana Revolution offense. Hasn't gotten off the ground in terms of scoring this season, but that's certainly the way to do it. And Denver right back out again.
81 from O'Shaughnessy, 90 from Salmons. This backfield tandem is really what has kept this offense kind of cooking in these close games. And boy, they have really come through this afternoon.
So Pittsburgh forced into a response again. Harrison up past the 30. So, I mean, now they really need a response from their offense. I mean, they got the last call back from their defense through Kane Vasquez, and now you feel the pressure is firmly on Ace Fenech, but he can do it. I mean, despite the 3 turnovers today, 4 in fact he's had on the afternoon, he has had that 1 touchdown connection to Mike Twinscrew. You feel it. One of these receivers is due for another moment here late in the contest. Still 8.5 left, but they need another one to try and claw this back to a single score one more time. Fenech, handoff up the middle to Blitz. He got jammed up and Denver threw heaps of pressure. And again, Burgett is there on the stop. I mean, he's had a career day. I mean, he's 4 games into his young career. And he has had an absolutely outstanding performance today. A couple of tackles for loss. Had the interception, 5 tackles on the afternoon as well. And now Pittsburgh are forced into response one more time. Roll out from Fenech. Has time, throws, it's incomplete, looking for Horonic. And they got the deflection again. There, it's been some kind of afternoon for this Denver secondary as Tank Bennett gets that pass deflection, and now it'll be a 3rd down and long.
It's great defense, and yeah, I didn't hate the target, but just really good individual defense from Denver.
Pittsburgh are 2 for 11 on 3rd down today. Fenech needs a 3rd throw. It's incomplete, Harrison. That was the right play, but they couldn't connect. And again, it's deflected away by Lucas DeVore.
DeVore having an outstanding game as well, just breaking up passes left and right, hitting right at the point of catch. That's a huge 3 and out for this Denver defense.
This is the crucial drive upcoming. I mean, Denver have got the opportunity to really ice this game away, but Pittsburgh did get the turnover on one of the previous possessions. They might get another one here. It wasn't picked up. It was eventually. That nearly could have been a huge moment for the Hogs, but they couldn't get on the end of it.
Well, there's no such thing as luck. Really, this is just about a team that's had their head on a swivel. That interception that was fumbled was also picked up. That kick, that punt return fumbled, also picked up. So everything's kind of going Denver's way today, one way or the other. But, again, luck is for losers. You get prepared, and those breaks just tend to go your way.
Pittsburgh's defense has gotten it done in this quarter. They need to do it again here. Otherwise, Denver can really run away with this one. O'Shaughnessy to the outside. Picks up 3. Looked like he was unlucky not to get 4 or 5 on that carry. They continue to just work their way against this Pittsburgh defense that's held strong today, but there's only so much you can really do in this kind of situation. Dwayne Salmons is the red hot man in the backfield this time. He scored on that previous possession from 50 yards out. Toss play to the outside. Got past 1, not the 2nd. Great response up front. And they're going to be forced into a 3rd down and long here, John.
Yeah, and what do? I mean, you're up 10. I would not take a huge gamble here, but maybe do something short across the middle. Don't take too many chances here, but they got a bunch formation on the far side.
Not much coverage on that area either. Roll out from Blanton. Waits. Incomplete.
Ooh.
Pittsburgh gets the hold.
That was more risky than I probably would have done, but it still was on target for Logan Keel, but not able to bring that in. So still plenty of time here. More than 6.5 minutes left. Pittsburgh down 10, but can certainly touch the ball another couple times.
Neither quarterback's been really efficient today. Blanton has completed 13 of his 23 attempts for just over half. And Pittsburgh will have this one 60 yards away from scoring. They need a touchdown on this possession here. Otherwise, this one is pretty much out of their hands. But it's just, you feel like they're due for a moment here late in the game. It's
like a classic heavyweight fight. I mean, Denver hit a haymaker early that kind of put Pittsburgh down a little bit, but it's punch counter punch after that, and it still feels like Pittsburgh is in striking distance of making this a game again.
I feel like Denver's just had a response every time Pittsburgh have scored. Can Pittsburgh do the same here? Throw from Fennec, it's caught. They needed that. Harrison's finally got his second of the game. He's been threatening to do that. And Pittsburgh now find themselves in Denver territory.
Well, another half second, it would have been too late. Ace Fennec almost got absolutely crushed in the backfield by Joseph Sabolka, but instead he got that out to Ben Harrison for the big first down.
Fennec's 14th completion of the afternoon. That one. Drop back again. Short throw. Caught.
Wow.
Winscrew has done well there. He was in double coverage and got that one from above his helmet and gets 8 yards out of it.
There was no margin of error for that throw, and Twinscrew, 4 catches, 93 yards on the day. I'm not going to say that was his most impressive catch, but it was pretty nice.
He hasn't had the best service today, but he's done well with it. Blitz outside. That's the right call, and he got the first down. Wow, that was a little touch and go. Pittsburgh have got a first down tentatively. We'll see if Michael Goodman throws a challenge flag. He hasn't, and so the Hogs have got a fresh set of downs here with a 5.5 left in the fourth. They're 32 away from scoring. Handoff up the middle again. Blitz. This time Churchill gets 9.5, and he'll get that's his best carry of the afternoon.
Yeah, Churchill's been pretty quiet. This has really been the BB Blitz show, but like you said, that's his best carry of the afternoon and sets him up with 2nd and inches.
That's his best carry. He's only had 2. It was a bit hard not to be on that occasion. Handoff this time to Blitz. He's got room. Stiff arms 1. BB Blitz is off and racing. He's inside the 5.
God, the power of BB Blitz. We saw it in that earlier touchdown run, just breaking tackles in a phone booth. Look at this stiff arm. That stiff arm essentially eliminated 3 defenders. Stiff arm 1, the second defender tripped over the guy who got stiff arm. The third guy tripped over the second guy who tripped over the stiff arm guy. That was unbelievable bowling pin action for BB Blitz.
Stops the clock as well, so inside 5 minutes they can potentially draw up another run play here for their marquee back. Drop back from Fennec. He will throw to the flats. That was almost intercepted. Boy, Schreiner could have called game there.
Schreiner almost had his 2nd pick of the game, and that would have been taken to the house. Ace Fennec is very lucky that that did not go that way.
He's throwing 20 incompletions today, Ace Fennec.
Woo.
He has struggled today under center, but he's still got an opportunity to win this game for the Hogs. Hand off on the outside. Blitz got past 1. He's gotten a few yards closer to the end zone stripe here. And you feel, I mean, they surely go for it twice here, you would imagine.
They need 10. They might be satisfied with putting up 3 and then getting the touchdown next time. I would think of this as 4-down territory. But
shotgun, here we go. Fennec throws the flats wide open. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
What a play call. I love that play call. Split backs, throw it out to the backup, and just a soft pitch and catch, really no one there. Really good decision from Ace Fennec, and really BB Blitz set them up nicely with that drive, an impressive drive. And Pittsburgh's right back in this. I can't believe it. This has just been a really exciting game, back and forth.
Is that the moment? They've now got a position, and you want to note as well, that man right there that just kicked the extra point, Otis Boudreau, is effectively one of the league's best kickers. So it's not like they've got some slouch that is going to try and tie the game up on their next possession, but they've got to get the ball back. Plenty of time to do it as well. Their defense has been good today. Kickoff sent back. John, Denver have had the answer pretty much every time, but this is the moment now for Pittsburgh. They have to stop this Nightwings offense. They're going to go to the ground, you'd imagine. You get a couple of early tackles, and all of a sudden you find yourself in an opportunity.
They've got to watch the edge.
Football back.
They've got to watch the edges, Pittsburgh does.
Handoff, O'Shaughnessy met at the line. Craven again.
Yeah, Craven's had a really nice afternoon too. Wrapping up O'Shaughnessy there right at the line of scrimmage. So they are protecting the edge. I think they can, probably afford to give up a little bit of that interior space, just as long as no one breaks containment.
Nice again. This time, Blanton will drop back, throws. It's caught. Keel, first down. Huge play.
Huge play. Just an absolute dime here, right at the line to gain. Nice release. Nice physical play from Keel. Able to reel that in and move the sticks.
First set of downs, not the end of the world for Pittsburgh, but they can't allow too many of those here on this possession. Drop back from Blanton. Throw, that's over the top. Yeah. Oh boy, Corey Mena. He went for the man and not the ball.
Sango just not able to get his body around to properly try to catch that ball. And when it got tipped in the air, I think everyone held their breath because could have been picked off, like you said, if they hadn't gone for the man instead of the ball.
I want that one back. Irrespective, Denver can't be taking too many chances like that here on this possession, surely. Blanton will drop back again. Under pressure. This time, Sango is found, and he's just shy halfway.
No fear. I mean, Blanton's just got no fear. That turnover has not fazed him at all. He says, let's get this play calling. Let's get this in. Let's get this downfield. I don't want to run the ball. I don't want to run things out. I want to put Pittsburgh on their heels. And so far this drive, it's been the right move.
Piecing together an afternoon here, Marquise Sango. 4 catches for just shy of 50 with a touchdown as well. Handoff to Salmons, beats 1. Pittsburgh defenders falling off left and right. And Dwayne Salmons will pick up 6 on that carry.
Yeah, now Salmons is starting to pick up his day as well. He had that huge touchdown run, and now he's averaging about 5 yards a carry after that touchdown.
Another run-looking set here. Pittsburgh with plenty in the box. Toss play, O'Shaughnessy gets past 1, not the second. This is an opportunity for Pittsburgh here as Tommy Walbrook-Busey gets that tackle, and this is your opportunity. I mean, they can get this stop in before the 2-minute warning, you suspect.
Yeah, they're going to try to get this in before the 2-minute warning. They don't have to.
And they will not.
That makes more sense.
The right call there. Sometimes you see those get called before, but Denver opts to take 1 clock stop away from Pittsburgh. You feel this could be the game here. Because if they get the first down here, Pittsburgh have to start calling their timeouts, and now you're kind of hoping for a turnover. Huge moment here. Blanton, handoff to Salmons, got the first down. Got through the first wave of Pittsburgh defenders, and the River Hogs will have to start burning their timeouts.
Oof. What a run by Salmons. He's had a spectacular afternoon, now above the 100-yard mark. Or, 102 yards on the day, and none bigger than that first down.
Half of that on 1 play, if you can believe it. Go back and check out that run if you're looking for a highlight from this game. Another handoff. Salmons again. Got past the first wave. Still going to win. Salmons. 10-yard pickup. That might be your game winner.
That puts Pittsburgh in a very, very precarious position. I don't know if they're really going to be able to get the ball back at this point. Got a couple more runs in them, maybe. They can stop the clock one more time.
It's very hard from here, you'd imagine. Handoff again. Salmons, 3 yards on that occasion. That's the last timeout for Pittsburgh. I mean, what an afternoon from Michael Goodman's rushing offense today. 110 for Dwayne Salmons, 85 for Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Both backs essentially having the same amount of volume. This time it was Dwayne Salmons' afternoon on the ground. He gets his opening touchdown as a Denver Nightwing. And for all intents and purposes, they've got a win on the board as well. And they snap that 2-game losing streak. O'Shaughnessy outside. Monzuma all over that one. So 3rd and 4, trying to do some quick maths here. They'll have a minute left on the clock after this play, and then about a further 20 seconds, give or take. We'll see if they snap this maybe 10 seconds earlier than they perhaps should. Toss play outside. Salmons got past one, and Dwayne Salmons is going to call game. What an afternoon for the 5th season back.
Wow. I mean, this offensive line has really protected Trellis Blanton all day. They've created some space for these runners who have had, like you said, a spectacular day. Now Blanton can kneel it. They can go to 3 and 2. This puts Pittsburgh at 1 and 4. Pittsburgh's defense is still very impressive to me, at least in spurts today, but the Nightwings just had it.
It's a much-needed win for Denver. They go back to above 500, and they will go back home to take on a division opponent in the Indianapolis Ramblers, who they themselves got an important win on the weekend over the Bossier City Steamers, who were previously undefeated. So that should be an enthralling matchup. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh will take on Lexington, who are fresh off a pretty significant loss and will be looking to bounce back. With the Hogs, they're not completely dead and buried this season, especially with the offseason they had. They'll want to get things back in order. But it's the Denver Nightwings who are doing victory laps here on the road today. What a performance from this unit. They have had answers for Pittsburgh every single time. And this one ends 31-28. One of the games of the weekend, if not the game of the weekend here at the Hog Pen. It's the away Nightwings who get the win and go to 3 and 2 on the season. John Warren, unpack in about 30 seconds what we just saw. I know it's going to be difficult, but man, what a game.
It was one of the best games I've watched in a very long time. I was proud to call it with you. And just the resilience here from Denver. Every single time Pittsburgh had a punch back, Denver had a counter punch. And it's just resilience. It is not getting down on yourself, especially when things are not going particularly well. It's also next man up football. Like, there were a lot of different players with touchdowns and big plays in this game. It's just a group effort, and that's kind of football that can win championships.
Plenty more to look forward to later this evening. I'm going to go and refresh the voice because I've got one more game upcoming. That'll be OKC at LA. But at the top of the hour at 9 p.m. Eastern, Tyler Falk and Brett Solberg will bring you Houston at Washington. We'll see you then on the Virtual Football Network.